James is having broccoli and cheese monkey tacos and a smoothie and some chocolate. I'm going to talk about King of Thieves and Jurassic World Rebirth while I weigh that and that from the tunnel, and that was from my tomatoes just right there. The Tiny Tims, not the ones that are... Tiny Tims are these ones, these kind, with the tight leaves, not these kind. These are different ones. There in my deck garden. So I'm going to put that there. And I'm going to be working away on this, on the weighing, as soon as I'm done talking about these.
Show us.
So,
is that a TV show?
Hmm?
Is that a TV show, King of Thieves?
No.
What's a movie?
Yeah, both are. So, I put King of Thieves on top because
Michael Caine?
Honestly, yeah, he did an alright job, but this guy here, that actor, holy moly, he did a good job. Anyway, it's Jurassic World Rebirth. Yeah, it's the Steven Spielberg thing that everyone's gonna enjoy watching this and every other Jurassic Park thing, right? Na 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 na, and it's I mean, I get that feeling when I see a deer in my garden or anything. It's, I don't have to see a dinosaur, but you know, people love that. Love that feeling. So anyway, yeah, it's entertaining and everything, but it's not the best Jurassic Park movie. It's another one. You're gonna watch it, you're gonna enjoy it, and you're gonna watch the next one, and you're gonna enjoy the next one, and whatever, right? But this one's a very different one. This one is based on a true story. It says, the incredible true story of the biggest and most daring diamond heist in British history. And it's a great story, just on its own. But, I mean, James will tell you, I'm not a fan of Michael Caine. But he was cast well in this, and everybody was. This is, the directing was good. Everything was good about this story. And especially the one actor, I've seen him in stuff before, but in this, he, like at first, you're really taking these guys for granted. You're thinking, oh, well, they're just little old men, whatever, right? And that's what other people would be thinking of them all the time, right? No, these guys were baddies in their youth, and they have a history of being baddies. They're not just little old helpless little old men or whatever. And yeah, when you're going along in the story and you're thinking, really, you're misjudging them and you're misjudging the whole situation and whatever, then all of a sudden you see reality. And so, wow, great story, well told, loved it. Jurassic World Rebirth, there were some parts in this where it was like, okay, did you really think the story through before you wrote it down? Did you do any revisions or anything like that? There's some things where it's like maybe the directing could have been better. Sure, the dinosaurs are great. The interaction with them and the actors and whatever, awesome. But, and I loved seeing, what's her name? Scarlett Johansson. She was awesome in this role. She looks like better than Lara Croft, you know? She's just awesome in this. So, and other people have told me, oh, she's a terrible actress, whatever. You know, when she's cast well, she works. So there was a Woody Allen movie with her in it. Loved it. And did not love her in the superhero stuff. But she works in this. So she's not the problem. But there's a family, the story is they're going on a boat to the equator because that's the only place where the dinosaurs are living. And humans aren't allowed to go there. And humans don't want to go there because they would die. So, but these guys, they want to go there because there's a pharmaceutical company. They're going to, they think that they can cure heart disease or something like that with these big dinosaurs' blood somehow. So they're going after 3 specific types of dinosaurs. They're the biggest of their kinds. One's a flight one, one's a sea one, and one's a land dinosaur. And they're all around this island where there was experiments. There were experiments done on making hybrid sort of, well, monsters, really. So anyway, they come across, they're on their boat, they're on their way, and they get there's a mayday call. Family has went, their boat's been turned over and they need help. So they go pick them up, and the people are like, well, just, you know, drop us at the nearest whatever. And they're like, well, we need to do what we came here to do on the way, and then we'll drop you at so-and-so or whatever. And the people don't seem content with that. It's like, what? You get rescued and now you're making demands on how the people are going to rescue you or whatever. I mean, this is ridiculous. And then the guy from the pharmaceutical company, he's supposed to look like a bad guy, right? And at one point, they're kind of getting attacked or whatever by these dinosaurs, and they're still on the boat, and the father, so this is the father from the people who've been rescued, the father says to his eldest daughter, go call on the radio for help, give them our exact coordinates and whatever. And it's like, okay, you're not on your boat. This isn't your boat. And he's telling her what to do with someone else's boat and equipment. Unacceptable. And we're supposed to feel like they're the good guys. And then the girl, so she's calling for Mayday, the pharmaceutical guy, he stops her because they're doing something they shouldn't be doing. They shouldn't be out there. Well, the family shouldn't have been out there either. This is an off-limits area for humans. Anyway, so he stops her, the boat shifts, she ends up falling overboard and she's hanging onto the edge, and he just freezes. He doesn't help her. And then later on, she's telling people that he tried to kill her and stuff like that. And later on, she tells him, you tried to kill me and I'm going to kill you and whatever. No, he didn't do that. He didn't help her, but he didn't try to kill her. So there's some things in this that I don't know if I'm supposed to feel that way. If I'm supposed to feel like this family, they're not that good. Because it looks like at the end, you know, they're living and some other people have died. So it looks like they're the good guys I'm supposed to be rooting for, but I didn't root for them. So that's really, I guess, why it got bottom of the stack. The story didn't quite work for me, but it might work for other people. So what do you think of your very strange tacos today? Excellent. That's good. What do you think of your smoothie?
Excellent.
All right.
So keep talking while I finish up the talk.
Okay, I will. So Jurassic Park, like I said, the special effects are really amazing. And even in 10 years, 20 years, I think they will look amazing. because really the people who do the special effects, they've reached a point where they can really pull it off. You know, if they have the money, if they get the right people doing it. And they did in this case. The dinosaurs look great. So, whatever. Now, I'm gonna, I guess, show you a few things about these tomatoes because James is still not ready. So, Tiny Tims. Why they look so cute. Look at how perfect. They're little, it's like they're wearing a little star-shaped hat on top. It's just absolutely perfect most of the time. Sometimes they're not quite as perfect, like that one's all crinkled up. That one, it's sticking up more rather than, like this one, it's sticking up more rather than kind of laying flat. It's better when they lay flat, but they really are a pretty little tomato, aren't they? So, I'll show you another thing here. This bean that I stuck in here, it's still alive. I don't know how. So, that's bizarre.
Got snapped off, did it?
Yeah, it did. When a long time ago, when that the guy smashed my stuff, my garden.
Coming down an alleyway.
Yeah, with a stick. So that's wild. Now I'll show you this. There's one plant in my peepal row. Sad, hey? So I keep taking these off. Now what could I do? Well, this is blossom end rot. And this is a bad case of it, these ones are getting in. So, next time I have an Epsom salt bath, I could give these guys a little bit of that. And hope for the best. So what's the problem though really is that I'm growing them in peat moss.
A little bit acidic, is it? Or?
Yeah, very much so. So, some nutrients aren't taken up by the plant very well in acidic conditions, some in basic conditions. So you got to look at, well, what's the problem here? Sometimes you're like, oh, well, I have a such and such deficiency. Well, do you have the deficiency because it's not there, or do you have the deficiency because it's not available to the plant because of the pH? So that's always a thing. I noticed some more right here. I'm gonna have to harvest these guys right behind you. I'll just count them in as your
Gardens?
Yeah, as your ones, because really I don't have very many here, and I've already taken, I didn't count James's Stupus tomatoes. I didn't weigh those, so that's less than the Stupus tomatoes would have been. So some tomatoes come out all weird shaped, and sometimes, like the one plant I got this off, they're all strangely shaped like that.
This is shaped like a dinghy.
Yeah. And now there's another one in here that's really a problematic tomato. Where did he go? I don't know where he went. Maybe I took him off and threw him in the garbage already, because he did not look good. Yeah.
Maybe he fell off.
Maybe he fell off. Yeah, I did. So anyway,
it looked
this one, look at that. Weird, eh? So doesn't look so great, but this one will be edible. So we're gonna weigh him, and now James is gonna talk to you about whatever he wants to talk to you about. And I'm gonna
want to talk about chocolate. I'm eating right now.
Yeah.
Someone's walking down the alleyway actually eating lunch.
Oh. All right. So I'm gonna see what I can do about all this. So I guess I'll weigh this guy because I'm not weighing the Stupus one, so may as well. And then it'll sort of balance itself out, I think. Yeah, I am tired today. So, forget where I put my pencil. See, I have tomato juice all over this dress. You may think, oh, this is the most hideous dress ever. Whatever. I use it when I'm seeding tomatoes, and it works out just great.
Work clothes are work clothes are work clothes.
Yeah, exactly.
I expect them to be.
Okay, what's going on with you? Oh, it's because of the wind. Okay, that won't be a problem. So, anyway, so yeah, James can talk about whatever he wants.
Okay. Scarlett Johansson.
Okay.
A long time now. She's been witch hunted. Did you know she got witch hunted?
Did not know.
Yeah, she's Jewish. And of course she doesn't look like a typical Jew or anything like that. Blonde, that sort of stuff. But she's actually gone on record as, I don't know about recently, but traditionally supporting the state of Israel. So, and understand that the folks that were witch hunting her, just because you come back from a hunt not successful, doesn't mean you weren't out hunting, duck hunting or whatever. And so far they haven't been successful. I think they've been trying to ruin her career and stuff like that. But almost all of the folks that have been witch hunting her would be the same sort of people to be squawking about Joe McCarthy back in the day, so-called witch hunting. I think he did witch hunt some people. He was going after legitimate chimps, though, people like Pete Seeger, or Seat Seeger as I call him, other communist ne'er-do-wells. I think he got a little bit overly ambitious and was actually witch hunting people. When you go after legitimate targets like Pete Seeger was actually a Stalinist, okay? Communist when Stalin was in power, whacking all sorts of people. When you go after people like that, it ain't witch hunting, especially if you're just trying to put them in jail. Or I think a lot of the so-called witch hunting back then was just trying to deprive people of the jobs, like in government or even in Hollywood and stuff like that. Her having Bertha Kit, I don't know how stupid she was. Could have happened to Paul Robeson. He was, I think, a card-carrying commie. Definitely hung with the commies back in the day when Joseph Stalin was in, they'd call it the cat's bird seat, but it was more like in the pterodactyl's seat. Anyway, yeah, you skunks are going, I'm sure they're still going after Scarlett Johansson. It's become a very popular thing to attack the state of Israel, in particular, and Jews in general. When you go after Jews in general, and even the state of Israel, even nowadays with Bibi, I'm not a big fan of Bibi, that sort of stuff, but he's vastly better than any leader in the Middle East. He actually, I think, has something like semi-fair elections, free elections, regularly. These sorts of things don't happen in the rest of the Middle East. The fact is, they don't really happen in the Muslim world. It's just not their tradition. Their traditions have dictatorship. Generally, the more brutal, the more successful.
Very tough.
How many hit the deck? 2, 3?
It doesn't matter. I'm not washing them beforehand. Yeah. I'm washing them after.
Oh, there we go.
So.
Anyway, you folks are witch hunting Scarlett Johansson. I'm calling you out for your misdeeds. Not just witch hunters, you're hypocritical witch hunters. You're out witch hunting people and crying about commies getting witch hunted. Presumably maybe some anarchists around the time when Seat Seeger and when Joe McCarthy was going. Like I say, I think he might have gone after some innocent people, maybe a whole lot of them. I think he had maybe designs and stuff like that for witch hunting. When people say Pete Seeger was witch hunted, that's just ridiculous. When you're going after legitimate targets like Stalinists, like Pete Seeger. They're not witch hunting in that case. Maybe McCarthy went after some social democrats. Maybe even went after some liberal democrats. I don't know. There's a whole lot of whining, crying, and screaming about that era. Joseph McCarthy started when Stalin was still in power. He was getting ready to whack a bunch of Jews, starting with Jewish doctors. It's a left-wing weakness to go after Jews. It's not just the National Socialists like Hitler. Understand he was a socialist. It's the National Socialist. International Socialists like communists haven't been much better when it comes to dealing with Jews. Well, that was a pretty good pour.
That one worked out all right.
Yeah. Pretty good. What else do I have to talk about? It's not what I want to talk about. I don't want to have to talk about Scarlett Johansson being witch hunted. People should behave themselves, especially when they're dealing with Jews. That's really shameful. When you go around witch hunting Jews, it's just awful. Left-wingers have been doing it going back to the 19th century. Maybe fairly early in the 19th century, maybe almost 200 years. And so they added, they added on. The Catholics have had a bad record. Eastern Orthodox folks probably as bad, if not worse, a record for pogroms. Pogrom is actually a Russian word, Eastern Orthodox. You don't believe me? Check it out. Pogrom. Or pogrom, they used to people. I think it's mispronounced. I think accent the second syllable. Pogrom. Muslims have had a very horrible record right from their founder, not from the beginning, but from about 622, I think it is. AD, he started to become very anti-Semitic. And, if you got problems, if you don't like Jewish people, keep the problem to yourself. Don't visit it on Jewish people. Unfortunately, he visited it on any variety of Jewish people. Ethnically cleansed 2 tribes from present-day, we'll say from the Arabian Peninsula. And then he actually just wiped out one whole tribe, at least all the males, and turned the females, the grown women, the children into slaves, and the grown women into sex slaves, and stuff like that. So, socialists, nationalists, or internationalists, Catholics, Eastern Orthodox, Roman Catholic, Eastern Orthodox, Muslims all had problems with Jews, and like I say, if you don't like Jews, keep it to yourself. Don't visit on Jews. Don't visit your views on other people. It's absolutely disgusting the way the world, almost everyone nowadays is down in the state of Israel, and shame on anyone who's criticizing Israel for what's happening in Gaza right now. The Gazans, it's not just Hamas. Hamas was something like democratically elected. They represent the will of the Gazan people, and they did terrorism. They're still holding Jewish hostages for ransom. Israel should be allowed to do pretty well anything short of terrorism to get those folks back. There's all sorts of squawking about famine there. I'm very skeptical. There's been all sorts of squawking about Jewish genocide of people in Gaza, or Palestinians in general. The West Bank the last stats I was checking, it's a while back, but it'd be the same thing nowadays. Second highest growth rate of any place in the world, next to, I think it's the United Arab Emirates. That's not a genocide. That's population going the opposite of genocide and going up fast. In order for something to be genocide, the population has to be going down and going down fast. So get that straight. One of the most enlightening CBC interviews, in fact, is about the only enlightening CBC interview I ever had, was working against what the interviewer wanted. Interviewing a dual citizen, Canadian, Gazan or Palestinian, whatever. And the Gazan wanted Canada to bring them back. This is one of the reasons why you can't have dual citizenship in with a democracy and a non-democracy. People, they could actually be involved with doing non-democratic stuff, anti-democratic stuff in their country where they come from or whatever, and then they get rescued from the results of their misdeeds.
About 17 pounds.
That's
mostly
a new record,
just
right?
in the tunnel.
There you go.
That's incredible.
Well, what's really incredible is he still isn't feeling well. So if she's working on the tongue, she wasn't feeling well.
No, I was not feeling well.
Anyway, I lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Well, I'll talk about the smoothie. So I noticed on the egg whites carton that I got, it has a recipe for smoothies on it. So I thought, okay, I'll put some egg white in there.
Okay.
So it's half and half, like the liquid part is half apple juice and half egg white. Because I didn't want to put too much and have you go, oh, this is weird.
I taste the egg white.
Yeah, so there you go. I guess
sweet.
President's Choice is right. You can put egg whites in smoothie and
There you go. Get a little
James will
extra
like it.
protein. If you've got a vegetarian diet, you might not get as much protein as you'd like or is necessary, and eggs are one way of doing that.
yeah.
There's the way. I'm not a big fan of eggs. It seemed a little bit slimy to me, but
Yeah.
if
That's a lot
you
of
in
tomatoes.
preparing your food can kind of hide the eggs, or if someone who knows how to prepare food can do it for you, then so much the better.
Yeah, that's incredible. Incredible. So many tomatoes.
Incroyable. Anyway, do you think the camera is
I
finished?
don't know, I'll look. Nope, 48 seconds. There's my
48
rosemary seedlings. And these keep on falling off the plants like this. And so I just stuff them in the ground and they root like crazy. Even if they fall off the plants and they're on the deck for like days in the sun, they seem to still live when I put them in the thing. So that's amazing. And I'll just mention, oh, this is Orange Intense chocolate that we got for less than $1. And the egg white cartons that are a liter, we got that for less than $1 from Shoppers Drug Mart clearance. It's awesome. If you haven't started shopping there for the clearance stuff,
It's
do.
funny how they've got foods there.
Yeah.
Pharmaceuticals.
So there it is.